Okay, right. While you are posting your registration number into the chat pane, I would like to mention what is the layout of today's session. And apart from this layout, you are welcome to ask your questions disturbing me, either by posting it to the chat pane or just raising your hand. So I'll allow you to talk. Okay. Right. And first thing I wanted to tell you, I have put a deadline for the group project, and I would like to mention the template of your website. And after finishing your website, you have to present it. I will organize a presentation session, and we'll invite the other staff members as well. And you have to present it as a group uh, using your website that you have created using in the G Suite Google website. Then, as a second thing, I would like to mention. Actually, I'm not going to do anything or just teach anything. I got an offer from one of the MOOC courses that MOOC course series offered by Oracle Academy, and I thought of giving that opportunity for you all to follow these courses. It's kind of it's kind of learn how to programming, especially like Java programming. And there are series of courses, and the environment that they are using is Alice. That you can search it in the internet also. So I have just I will show you that I have just found some of the information. Then you have to just go through the information and think whether the course series is important to you, or you can follow it. Especially you need to have a computer to follow these courses. And don't worry, even though when you are coming back to university, I will open another session for those who couldn't do the course during this period. Then the third, I would like to introduce another activity in other e-learning tools. It's a peer review assignment. So I would like to explain what is peer reviewing and how to do that assignment. Then today I'm going to introduce a new course which I am going to open from 1st May. Still it's not open for you, but I'll show the course. I have just completed creating the course and adding course notes, and some of the assignment I have to set it. But the course will be available for you from 1st of May. There that I would like to discuss about Microsoft Excel for engineering application. You may have learned Microsoft Excel. It's obvious, right? It's in your computer, the software, but this is not specifically, this is not just Excel. It's that I would like to discuss the engineering application, some examples which the faculty is currently using in different departments. And based on that, there may be some advanced tools and advanced things in Excel that we'll be discussing in this course, right? And today I'm just going to give the introduction and the things that we are going to discuss with you, and the Excel environment, some advanced tools and some formulas and functions. And the next, so then I'll open the course for you so you can follow some of the activities. So during the next session, I would like to discuss with you some advanced topics uh, with the examples. Right. And so that is the layout of today's session. So when we go to that in the e-learning course, that online sessions, you know that in the first first session that we have discussed about the uh, group project. In the session one, we have discussed about the group project. There, you so that you basically know what to do. And I have seen some of you have posted the team leader and the references in group activity forum, which is available in the hope that the other course. So we'll see that. I will show you. No, it's also in the same course. Yeah, this group discussion forum. So please use this group discussion forum and do this assignment. So I have seen some of the groups have already completed it and they have posted the references and who is the team leader, the group leader as well. Right. So that what you have to do, you have to just start to after collecting the information and organizing it, you have to start to building the website using that. I have explained how to do it, and the videos are also there in the other e-learning tools page. And you have to do it. The deadline that you need to submit the link of your web page is 11th May 2021, right? And I'm going to set the presentations on 13th and 14th May 2021. It's Thursday and Friday. If it is not Thursday and Friday, let me know. I think I have checked it in the calendar. And what you have to do, uh, you have to use develop web pages based on this template. In the page one, you have to maybe you can just say that your team is CD1. Now, maybe you can just find another name, but you have to refer this is CD1 that and the name that you assign to your team. And the page one, also that you have to mention who are the team members. Try to get photos of your members and create a Google folder, shared folder. As I told you that you have to create a shared folder in your Google Drive. Then you can share the documents among with your group members. There also you can create a separate folder inside the pictures of your group members and ask them to get a photo right from your. It's I mean you don't need to get very professional photo, but I would like to see your faces since we are still apart and we haven't seen each other. Um, so try to get a photo, and the first page that is the layout that who are the team members and the photo of the team members, registration and registration number and name would be enough. Right. And the second page, I would like you to have a brief introduction about the technology that you have selected. And the third page, what is the usage? What are the usages? In which area that technology is being used? And what are the importance of this technology and what benefits we can get using this technology? And in the page 4, you just can mention maybe that still it's in maybe in the present stage, it's in the development stage, and there may be future development, and they are thinking to develop that technology in up to this level, right? The future development. And fifth page that you can have some pictures searching from the internet, maybe the place that the technology is being used, or some the companies that incorporate with developing this technology, some kind of something related to that technology, right? And the sixth page, you need to put the references that you have used, collect this information, right? So that is the template of your website, and you have to develop the website, and then you need to upload the link of your website by 11th May 2021. But still, even though you uploaded your link, you can complete it up until 13, right? I mean, if you need to done some of the changes, you can do it even after uploading the link. But you have to set up the website and with the basic templates or no before 11th May, since you need to upload the link to the under the sign this add link to your web page link, right? So then in the meantime, I would like to get because I want to uh, organize the presentation session, so I will open you to select the positions that you have to do you are doing the presentation, which I mean, there's, I mean, I'm not saying that CD1 first, like, no, right? I will allow you to choose uh, mm, that first come, first serve basis, right? So you can choose the position. So I will allow, if there are, I mean, there are 10 groups, I will allow a choice, the 10 positions. So those who select first, that you can get the positions to do the presentation. When you are doing the presentation, you don't want to create a presentation. What you have to do, you have to just present your website. Based on that website, you can do your presentation. And when you are doing presentation, it's okay. You can do it like few members can do it. But the most important thing, don't just assign it to one member, because since we are doing it online, something can happen. One that if the sign member connection maybe get interruption, or maybe that person might not be able to connect during that period. So assign few members, get ready. I mean, few members has to get ready as soon as someone get the problem. Uh, Very quickly, you need to organize to transfer to some other member in your team. Right, you have to do that. You have to do that organization, and then right based on that we can do the presentation session on you see it's for CD grouping 13th, and the AB grouping is 14th, right? And do you have any question regarding on that?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Uh, I have a question. Do we have to follow the template exactly?
No, actually not exactly, but these things should be included there.
Yes, but because we structured the content differently, we divided the main topic into several subtopics
Yes,
and
no
discussed.
problem, right? But the thing is that let's say that the content like the about the technology, you can have your own way of doing it, but the information should
Okay.
be there, right?
All right. That's
And
all
the
right.
page one that I need to mention, the page one should be there. It should be
Okay.
about the team members, but the rest of the things, if the contents are there, you don't need to follow the templates as I am mentioning here. Is it
Okay.
clear? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No question or further question? Do you have any concern about the deadline? Do you think will it be to finish it by 11th? Hmm? I think that since we have started it from the first day, that you may have done some work, and since I'm not expecting a very long and very descriptive website, right? Because I don't like to drag it till the end, and so then I would set that level, right? But if you have no, no, everyone do not need to upload the link. Only one, only one from the team can upload the link, right? I will make it to upload it by groups. So then it's a group submission. I will set it as a group submission. So then you don't want to upload it. There's no issue that the Google sites that you can use your personal emails. My only concern is that about the space and the other things. And since that if you are using your ENG email, we can track it easily. Otherwise, I mean, if you think and it's very comfortable for you to use your personal email, it doesn't matter. Right? There's no restriction. Okay, right. I think that there's no more questions, and try to use that group forums and the Google Drive, Google Sheets as maximum as possible for you to share your knowledge and the files. And uh, uh, if you want some idea from me, you just can post, you just can send your site link to me or any of other instructors, so that we can just go through and we can just comment it before uploading it to this assignment link. You can just email me or send a message to me if you want any comment from my side or from any of the instructors that are helping me. And but if you think that you are confident about your work, it's not compulsory, but if you need any help, that let me know. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to discuss with you today. Then we go to the second one, what I wanted to mention about. It's with the Oracle Academy. We have a collaboration with Oracle Academy. So right, they are having some programming courses using the programming environment called Alice. Actually, it's also a new programming environment for me, but it's very nice and very user friendly, very interactive, and with the characters that we can learn programming. So I thought that you might be interested following that, but I wanted to get the names and the your consent, I mean, interest if you want to follow that uh, programming courses. And before that, only two conditions that that is required to follow this one. So first thing that I found some web page that displays about the Alice programming language. Just go through this one, right? Just go through this article. Oh, I saw that some of the YouTube videos in available about Alice programming, but I couldn't find a good YouTube video which describes the basics or the introduction to Alice programming. That's why I just used this article, since I wanted to explain what is it about, what is Alice programming, and it's a free programming environment developed by a university, and still it's in the research. That's why they are offering it for free. You need to download it. It's some 1.8 GB, but I will try to download it myself and put it into fields. So then I hope that you will not be able to cost the data to download it. And after you register, after you mention that you are interested to follow this course, and I will open another page especially for this Alice programming, and I will enroll those who interest to follow the courses. Then all the information and all the guidelines and how to connect with these courses, all the information I will publish in that course. But still, I mean, what you have to do, just to go through have some kind of idea about what is Alice programming language, and whether you think that, because when you register for it, you have to follow it, right? You can't just give up, and then we will not be able to get the chances again. So that, think about that also. So you need to have a computer, because you need to install that programming language environment in your computer. Then all the course materials and all the videos are available in their site. So then I can enroll you into their site, the courses. So then you can follow their course materials and the assignments that they are asking to do. So then at the end of the course that you will, maybe they are issuing some kind of token or some kind of certification that when you complete the course, so that you can produce it to some other places as well. But the thing is, you have to complete the course if you register for the program, right? So actually, that for the field site that we have given the URL to the government, and in most of like telecom and some other sites that they have, it's free, the data is free, but I don't know about the new planning and that some of the internet service providers that they are offering it for free. But I'm not sure about that, how the government is setting up it now, but basically it's free, and basically it's free, that they are saying it's free, but some of the internet service providers not giving that opportunity, not giving that chance. Right, and that's why I will put it into a field site. So otherwise, if you download it directly, the data will be charged. You don't need to set up anything, and if it's free, right? The URL is given to the government. Okay, and what you have to do, you just follow this tutorial and freely, because I have given the registration until 1st May, so you have time to just go through the this site and read it and understand it. And it's a web programming, not a web programming, it's a programming learning environment. Through this learning environment, you are learning a programming language. So that's the idea. And so then what you have to do, you have to think about your level. I mean, there are courses starting from very beginning. Even school children in grade 9, 10 also can follow the very beginning courses. And have you all done the Scratch programming language in your school? Who has done it? Raise your hand. Scratch, those who are familiar with the Scratch programming language. That it's in the school that is IT. If you have done IT, that you are doing it, right? It's Java. The Alice, you learn Java programming. Okay, right. And I have just mentioned that those who, I know that some of you are, some of you are in very high positions, and that some of you have already registered. Those who have some kind of advanced knowledge in Java programming or some other programming language, you can start it with different level rather than the beginner level courses. But the thing is, you need to have a computer, and if you register, you have to complete the course, right? You have to I'm mentioning it, and if you have not done so, you may not be able to get the chance to follow any other course from this Oracle Academy and some other more courses as well. So that's why I wanted to have some kind of knowledge about the Alice programming language, and then register for this program, so that then I'll contact you after 1st May, because I want to send your names to those who are coordinating the courses in India. Okay, right. So if you have any question regarding on this Alice programming courses, you can contact fields at eng.pdn.ac.lk or me or some of the any of the instructors, either Shiron, Jaini or Jaminta. Okay, right. So is it clear? Okay, right. And so then we'll continue and we'll go to the next next section that I want to discuss with you. It's a peer review assignment, right? What is the idea? Who are peers? Can someone post your question? I mean, post your answer. Who? I mean, if I say that, who are peers for you? Who are peers? Hmm? Actually, peer means like your colleagues, right? Those, you can say those who are learning in the EA 19 batch, it's that they are your peer. Peer review means the peer review assignment means that you are doing the assignment, and as well as after finishing assignment, you are reviewing the others' assignment. You have to review the assignment, you have to review what they have written, and even you can give a mark, right? So that is peer review assignment. Okay, right. We are doing peer, I will introduce you a peer review assignment in the other e-learning tools, and still I think I have not enabled it. You can I think you all can see it now. And have you heard about SWOT analysis in your Realme program? Hmm? You got a diary, right? That complete in your Realme program. SWOT analysis. I need the answer. So raise your hand, those who have heard about SWOT analysis. No, no one. Can you hear me? I mean, whether I'm doubt that you can't hear me or not. Please say whether you have not even heard about SWOT analysis or heard about SWOT analysis.
No, ma'am, it's new to us.
No, you have not heard or you have heard about. Yes, one is raised, that means heard. You haven't heard about. Okay, we'll go to the Realme. You all can access this course, I hope so, right? Yes. And did you get this, that activity book? Did Dr. Janake Jekulasuri ask you to do this? No. Yes or no? Okay. Okay, right. That's why I was wondering, and you had to complete a SWOT analysis in this activity book. And SWOT analysis, it's kind of that some kind of evaluation that, let's say that if someone asks to do a SWOT analysis about yourself, about me, SWOT analysis, and there are four words in SWOT analysis. I'll show you. It's strength, yeah, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? And so then you should think about that. If you say that if someone asks to do SWOT analysis about yourself, that if I play this one, self SWOT analysis, that this video is very helpful that you can understand what is SWOT analysis, and you have to think about. And if it's if you get to analyze some topic, something, right? It can be anything. You can do SWOT analysis on anything, right? Even on any program, any product, anything you can do SWOT analysis, right? And so that here in this assignment, what you have to do, you have to do the SWOT analysis on this topic, e-learning for education. So then you have to think about what are the strengths in this scenario, in this process, and what are the weaknesses, and what are the opportunities, and what are the threats, right? So that when you go to strength, and it's like advantages that you are getting on this. Say that if someone asks for me to do a SWOT analysis about me, but myself, I think you have to do it in your Real Me program. So then you have to yeah, since I tried that, those are from YouTube, but I tried to get it downloaded from YouTube and put it into the field site, since you said that it's cost you. So this is, let me see that, but some of the videos that I cannot get it. But let me check whether I can get these videos from YouTube downloaded. Then I will put another version here, the downloaded version. Is it okay with you? Right, but I have to check it. I will check it in because in YouTube by putting SS in front of. Here I'll show you how to download if it's a YouTube, and when you watch it's on YouTube. Yeah, in front of this HTTPS www. If you delete the whole thing and SS in front of that, and when you press enter, you get this. If you get this, then this video is downloadable, right? So we can download it, right? So that I will check whether the videos can be downloaded, and if it can be downloaded, I will download it by myself, and I put it into directly to fields, right? So then you can get it directly from fields as MP4 files. Okay, so then you can save your data. So I'll go through all the videos, and I'll do that to the videos available in these pages. And I have started it in the recording session as well, because I got to know some of you that you have obtained the that ISP, that your data package YouTube is free, unlimited, and then you can directly watch it through YouTube. But the recorded session also I have put as MP4 file. You can directly download it from fields. I will do this. I will do the same thing in this YouTube videos as well. But if it is only the YouTube is provided option to download. So then the PI evaluation, what you have to do, that I was explaining, that's about SWOT analysis. Let's say that if I play this video, can you all hear this video? Can you hear it? Actually, it doesn't have anything. You just have to read it, right? So this video is about someone asked to check the strength. So then, what are the good thing in you, right? That think about good quality. Then the weaknesses. Let's say that if they say weaknesses, if I consider about me, I'm little bit lazy. So that is my weakness. It prevents most of the work. Opportunities. What are the opportunities you have, right? So say that you have opportunities of learning. You now being an engineering student also is an opportunity for you. And threats. What are the threats that threat means that that is, you have to always think about threat. Let's say that sometimes it deprive you by doing something, right? And so those are the things that understand by you. It's okay. I mean, even it doesn't matter. Even you didn't hear the one, because it doesn't have any speaking. Only did you see the video? Did you see the video?
Yes,
You didn't
madam.
see the video. Okay, right. If you saw the video, that is there because it's only had music. It didn't have any conversation. So what I was telling, the SWOT analysis is that when you are doing some SWOT analysis, you have to think about the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? So that when you think about SWOT analysis on any subject area, let's say that even it's in the e-learning for education, then what you have to do, what are the strength in that subject topic, and when you compare it like kind of advantages, and what are the weaknesses and kind of disadvantage in that process, and what are the opportunities of this one. And if you do online education, e-learning, apply e-learning for education, what are the opportunities you get, and what are the threats available there, right? So that first read about SWOT analysis, first understand what is the SWOT analysis, then try to apply it for yourself, then think about it on this subject area, e-learning for education, right? If you want, you can discuss it with your group members and communicate with them and understand the topic more, right? So then what you have to do, in the peer review activity, there are two levels that you have to complete. When you click on that, there are different phases in this activity. First phase, that I'm giving you the assignment, right? Then what you have to do, you have to read about SWOT analysis, you have to understand the concept and create the SWOT analysis by I will show you that I have uploaded the template in the course page. You can use that same document and complete it. So then you have to upload your assignment, right? Like you upload the assignment using a normal assignment link. So then when you upload your assignment, after uploading your assignment, then I have put the end date of the submission. It's Friday, 7th May 2021 and midnight, right? So you have to upload your assignment before that. Then after uploading the assignment, we'll go to the second phase, that's the assessment phase. In the assessment phase, each and every student is assigned 5 assignment to review, right? So what you have to do, you have to read them. You have to read. There are 5 assignments you have to review. You have to read them. You can comment on them and you can give a mark to them. Right? So you please don't just give a mark, read it and understand and review it, right? So that let's say that if when you become a teacher, how you review assignment, right? How you analyze assignment, right? So give appropriate mark, right? If you think that the mark you should give full mark, give it. But if you think that the mark should that assignment should not earn full marks, so you reasonably think what is the mark you should give, right? So that is in the assessment phase, and then those 2 phases you can complete this peer review assignment, right? And I mean, you will not get this same display, but you will get the 2 phases. One is first one is submission phase, and the second one is assessment phase. Try to understand first what you have to do the assignment, and you have to upload the assignment or no before 7. Then after uploading it, you will be assigned another 5 assignment review. Some 5 members. You have to review the assignment and you have to give comment it and give mark to that assignment. So that is the peer review. Remember, you will be getting such peer review in the courses that after you started your normal courses in the faculty. And most of these assignments are graded assignments, right? So it will be graded for your submission, and it will be graded for your peer reviews also. When you review your assignment, students assignment, we can see whether you have done it correctly, whether you have allocated your time correctly, and for that also you will be getting a mark. Even though here for this assignment, it is not we are not considering the foundation program to calculate your for the final GPA, but try to get it practice this how to do a peer review assignment. Yes, here it's there. When you scroll down, the instructions are here. Can't you see it? I hope you can see it, right? This is the assignment you have to do. And then this is the template that I have created 2 files. If you have a computer, you can just download it as a Word document and complete this Word document. But if you don't have a computer, you can just use this Google Doc. But remember, don't write anything on this Google Doc. When you click there, you can see the Google Doc. Right. So what you have to do, you have to open it with Google Docs. Right. And so you can copy this one to another new Google Doc and do the editing in that document. So this is the original document. Everyone can see this through this link. So don't write anything on this document, but copy this template to some other Google document and do add your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat on this subject. Did I answer the question? And I hope you can understand and what is the assignment, right? So the assignment information is there. Here also you can see the assignment information. This is, I think now you can see it under peer evaluation tab. Can someone check whether, yes, right. So this is the assignment, what you have to do. And these are the files. You either use one of these. You don't want to use both. I have added this SWOT analysis as a Google Doc, since when you are using mobile phone, it's very difficult to use in Word, but it's easy when you are using it in Google Doc. And the Google applications in mobile phone, it default comes, right? You don't want to install it. It's available in the Google options under in your mobile phone. Right, and so then that is the peer review assignment that you have to complete. And remember, in peer review assignment, you have deadlines, right? And you have to do it or no before the set deadline. So see the deadline properly and do it before the deadline, right? Otherwise, after the deadline, you will not be able to access it. Right. And any question so far? Okay. Right. So the next thing that I want to discuss with you about the new course that as I told you, that it will be available from 1st May, and still students are not added to that course, but I will show you that course. So this is the course that you have to follow. It's will be started from 1st May. Right. And what I want to explain that before that, I will I am launching a poll. Can you see a poll? So please answer for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. No, that's the SWOT analysis that one of your peer is marked. You have to mark it among yourself. But I can review how you have assigned marks and how you have commented. Randomly, the system gives, I'm not controlling it. Either I can put it as manual or random. Here in this assignment, I have put it as random. So the system assigned which assignment should go to which person. The problem is, and so I can there are 11% that you don't have a computer at home. The thing is that You have actually Microsoft Excel, you can get it as app, Microsoft app in your mobile phone, but it's not easy to work with some advanced functions and formulas in mobile phone, but try to do it. But when you come to the faculty, I will provide a special session for you to get it practice in the computer environment. And still there are more to vote. Can you see the poll and please vote it? Because I want to have an idea about. Okay. Another. Yeah, I will give another 2 minutes. Just post share. Okay, only 86% voted. Since it's I have given I will end the poll since I have given almost 4 minutes to complete. Right, and there's another one that I wanted to if those who are having computer or laptops at home, please answer for this one. Okay, right. Okay, right. It's if you have older version, I'm not sure that because that uh, after 2007 and almost the layout and the things are a little bit similar, but some of the options may be different. But I would like to get some references in different versions so that you can use the version that is available in your computer. But when you come to the faculty, mostly that we also have a little bit older version when you compare with your the latest version you are having. I am giving so many polls today. There's another poll that I want you to. I'm going to end this poll. The third poll that I'm going to give, and I want to know how. I mean, if I ask you to rate your knowledge on Excel, what do you think? Okay, right. I think I would need to start from the beginning, right? Because majority are not that much familiar. I mean, with Excel, but very briefly, I will describe about Excel and introduce the environment quickly. So please bear the people, those who are just familiar with Excel environment. I will go through the Excel environment. Still voting. Give another few seconds that if you have not added your choice, please add. Seems that you have completed, and I'm going to end the polling. Thank you, and thank you for your support. Okay, right, and So this is the course that I have added all the instructions, and as you can see, I found some of the ebooks from free, so you can refer those free ebooks as the references. And I will try to get the books from other versions as well. I think I have a collection of books in my computer from other previous versions as well that I will provide you. In different versions, and uh, actually the spreadsheet application we use, especially in engineering, it's very useful because you know that in engineering and mathematics we are doing most of the calculation, especially engineering is the application field. You have already heard about it. In our school we have done pure science, pure maths, but when it comes to the engineering is something kind of, yeah, applying our knowledge that we've learned to the practical environment, to the real problems, right? So that we have to analyze real problems, we have to find the solution for real problem, as well as engineers, what you have to do, you have to develop something is not available in the environment, right? So that is the kind of the idea. So if you find a problem, what you have to do, you have to analyze the problem and you have to develop your solution by your own. uh, in such cases, we need some mathematical analysis, some mathematical modeling, and mathematical calculation. So, Excel is one of the famous application most of the engineers are using, and you also have to use, and you don't have a choice option. You must use it for your when, especially when you are going to join industry, you have to use it, right? So it's obvious, and that's why the faculty also in most of the department, maybe in the computer engineering department may not using it much, but the other departments they are using Excel for specific application level, right? And but when it comes to the spreadsheet package, Excel is only one of the spreadsheet package available today. So that don't think that Excel is the only spreadsheet package available. There are a lot of other spreadsheet package available. I think I have discussed in the first day that they are the software that in the first course, there are software that we can find it free of charge. We don't want to pay anything to get or use that software. We call this software as free or open source software. And similar to Microsoft Excel, you know, the Microsoft products are commercial products. We have to pay a money, we have to pay a subscription to buy that product. But instead of using the commercial product that needs some cost, we can just find alternative for that commercial product very similar to that commercial product, that it's called open or free or open source package. So if you don't have a Microsoft Office in your computer, go for such free or open source product, go to the internet, and I have mentioned three of open source Office packages here in this course. When you get access, you can just visit those sites and go to that site, download that Office packages. So those Office packages are very similar to Microsoft Office package with the same, some of the applications are available there, but basically it has a word processing package and spreadsheet package and the presentation package, right? So that you can use that packages also to create a spreadsheet using that free open source package. Instead of that, you can use, there are some online package as well. There are online spreadsheet package as well, that the main package that we can access in the online Google Sheets, that it's very similar to the Microsoft Excel. You can use Google Sheet, but only there are some advanced mathematical modeling cannot be done online spreadsheet package things, but the other simple application thing can be done in online packages, online sheets as well. Right. So when you get access for this site, so just go through these things and find out what are the differences between the Microsoft Office and these packages. Maybe if you don't have higher version of Microsoft Office, if you have your computer space in your computer, you just can download one of the free open source package from the internet and install it in your computer. You can run it multiple. Even though you are having Microsoft Office package in your computer, it's okay. You can use OpenOffice or LibreOffice in your computer. Simultaneously, we can install it in our computer with Microsoft Office. Want some other free open source Office package, right? And so, as I mentioned, when it comes to the spreadsheet application, you can use it in so many applicational program, like in different areas, like in chemical, biochemical, physical engineering, biological, and medicinal programs, and especially the research, data analysis for everything that Microsoft, spreadsheet application can be used. I actually cannot say the best version for our work in Excel. Here in my computer, I have 2016. Since I have 2016, I will show you 2016. But when the latest is the better, because the latest versions are having more facilities, more tools when you compare to the earliest version. But if you have some version after 2013, you can manage all the work in that Excel application rather than having an older version, right? Because the older version, we had very limited tools, and the environment is also different, right? And you cannot use these tutorials to the older version. So that's the thing. And the later, if it is the latest is the better, right? And so then that's the introduction part of the spreadsheet application. Now we are basically using Microsoft Excel. I 2013 also, I think OneDrive is possible, but if you have Office packages, it's I have tried, but conflict. You get conflict. It's possible, but you get conflict when you are using different version of Office packages. But you can use, you can install one version of Office package and another Open Office package simultaneously in the same computer. Because some of the libraries that the Office package using are common libraries, right? So when the Office access that libraries, if you upload it to some other version, the older version cannot use that one. So then you get some kind of confliction when you are having two different version in the computer in two different Office version. But there are some versions that compatible in the earlier version, but not the latest version. So they need to use that common libraries. So then you will face a problem, right? And so then we basically talk about Excel, Microsoft Excel in this course. But when you try to apply it to some other Open Office applications, also very similar, right? The concept is similar. Only maybe some wording and some other things can be different, but the other concept is similar, right? And when it comes to the MS Microsoft Excel software, right, it's a kind of a spreadsheet application. And so you know that I have Microsoft 2016 in my computer. And so you can see, so this is Excel. So you can get it from your start button when you open Excel. So you can see it's open Excel 2016. If you have another version, that version will be open in your computer. So that the spreadsheet in an spreadsheet application, you see a very similar environment like this, right? With some boxes everywhere and some tools like that. So the basically not like Word, you can see it comes as this we called as cell. So this is a cell, right? I will zoom it to 150 so you can easily view it. Right. So this is the one particular box is called as a cell. So this is a cell. And you just can navigate cell by cell by using either mouse or by clicking left, and you can see the arrows in your screen, in your keyboard. By using the arrow keys, you can navigate from one cell to the other cell. So remember, each and every cell has an address, right? Otherwise, you can't refer the cell. So the address comes like you say that if this is a cell, the address comes as this is we called as a column, and this is we called as a row. Column name, this is column name. Column name is C, and this is row number. So this is the address of this cell is C5. Right. So when you go there, you can see this. What is the cell reference in the name box? This is we called as a name box. So these are tabs, that there are several tabs in your Excel environment. And this is we called as a name box. You can see in the name box what is the cell that currently, this is we called as the current cell, active cell. What is the active cell in this Excel sheet? And if you want to, if you want to go to another cell which is not available in this present scene environment, easily you can just type it. Maybe if I want to go to P10, P15, when I type P15 and when I press enter, my active point will go to that cell which I typed there. And you can see when you go to column name, I just can't remember the maximum number of column. I remembered it earlier, but now I can't remember. It's something 64 something. I can't remember in its the latest version. So how it name until Z, it will name as Z, like X, Y, Z. But then again, it will name like A, B, A, C, something like that. So with 2 letters. Then maybe it with 3 letters, something like that. The column name display. And the rows, we don't have a limit to the numbers. So, but we have a limit. We have number of rows limit, but you search the internet and you just find out what is the, because it depends on the version, the maximum number of rows and columns, but it's very huge number. Earlier it's something like 64,000 something, but now I can't exactly remember what is the maximum number, column number and row number in Excel. And so when you are referring cell, remember you have to refer always using the cell address, right? So when you are referring the cell, if say C5, this is C5 cell. So the cell references, there are 2 types of cell referencing. The first type is absolute cell reference, and the other one is relative cell reference. So I'll show you how to use relative cell reference and absolute cell reference. When I type a number here, right? So if I say that I want to print the value in C5 cell, so if I use relative cell reference, it will print what is available in the C5 cell. Right? What is available in C5 cell. But sometimes, right, if I want to refer some specific one, and it should not be changed, even though when I copy this, when I'm writing formula, when I copy the formula from one place to the other place, if I use the relative cell reference, the cell address will change according to the place that I'm pasting my formula. But if I use the absolute, you know what is the meaning of absolute? It's fixed. If I use the absolute cell referencing, it will not change according to the place that I am pasting my formula. So I will show you when I am discussing the formulas and functions. And the first thing that I wanted to get some kind of idea about the Excel environment. So you can see these are the tabs, and this is the file. The basic the options that how to open, save, print, and all these options are available under the file menu. Then when you go to home, so there are some specific tools. So these are the tabs groups you can see in the ribbon. We call this as a ribbon. And so you can see the groups. There is a clipboard, font, alignment. This is a group, right? Number. So when you are working with Excel and you can just identify and familiar with this environment, that doesn't mean you want to just by heart the things, where is it, but you can have to have some kind of idea which tab contain which tools, right? Basically, the basic tools are available under home, like some formatting options, inserting and deleting, some alignment options are available in home. But when you want to insert some extra thing, you should definitely in insert tab. And the page layout control how the page is layouted, whether you want to it as a portrait, or whether it's want to as a landscape, or whether you want to change the size of your page. All those things controlled in page layout. And formulas that we use to write formulas and functions, right? So this is the formula and function area in Excel. The things that you are writing here displays here, right? If you write formula in a cell, the cell shows the formula, and this one shows the form. Sorry, the form. This area shows the formula, but the cell shows the value, right? Remember that if you want to see the formula, you can just get it this area. This is the function area, that it shows the function that you are using, that it's available in this particular set. So there are a lot of functions available in Excel. When you see that, when you click insert function, you can see here, if I say all, you can see a list of functions available in Excel, right? So that we might not be getting chance to discuss all the functions, but we are selecting a specific function which mathematically that we need to use in our applications, engineering application. But if you want to find another function, what you have to do, you just have to go to that function, and you just go to internet and find out what is this function about and for what purpose it is used, right? So that's the best way to use it. And so these are the data, and I'm not going to discuss it now, since it's the first stage that I'm going to first day that we introduce Excel, and the rest of the tabs I will discuss later. Right. So then what I want to discuss with you today, formulas and functions from that Excel formulas. I don't want to say that how to type the number and text, those are obvious, right? You can type the things like this. It say that if I type it like this, you can see this as cell, but when you go to print preview, you cannot see that cells. You cannot see that lines. It comes as like this. So when you print the document, it will not, the lines will not display it in the printed document, right? If you exactly want that lines to be displayed, then you have to, when you select this area, then you have to draw these lines. Here it's it's a border, so you have to set the border, all borders. Then only you can see it when you print the document. And remember, so that when you type something, it is in the first cell, but it displays taking the other space of the other cells. But if you want it to be in the same cell, you have to wrap the text. So you select this area and you click the wrap text option. So then it is available in this cell. But if you want to display this whole thing in taking these three cells, then you have to merge these three cells by selecting this one. Then you have to merge it. It's in to display it in these, taking three cells, A2, B2, and C2. This is taking three cells. So when I put border here, you can see it is taking three cells of the document, right? So in an Excel file, you can add several sheets, several number of sheets. That's also, I can't remember the limit. And so this has only one sheet. So you can add another sheet by clicking this plus sign next to the sheet option. When you click the plus sign, you can see another sheet in your document. So this is the same document. You can have several sheets like that. So basically what I recommend when you are going to use Excel, please name the sheet as the way you want. Let's say that here I'm using this sheet for information, to put the information for E16 batch. So I'm going to rename it. Just double click here and you can rename it like that one. So that you can easily understand which sheet goes which information, right? So like that you can have several sheets. You can move sheets from here to there by clicking and dragging it to some other place. So you can move the order of the sheets from here to there. Right? So you can copy the sheet when you click right mouse button on the top of the sheet option, you can move or copy the sheet. So when you click move or copy the sheet, either you create a copy or move to some other place, so that when I click create a copy, it will create a copy of E6. Right? So those are the basic operations available in Excel. So when it comes to that, discuss about the formulas and functions, there are two formulas and functions are two things, right? Don't get it mixed up. Excel formulas, basically formula or a function start with equal sign. So when you type equal sign, Excel is waiting for you to type a formula or a function. Function is something predefined. Function has a predefined name. It's developed in Excel software that you have to use it according to the rules it's provided, right? So when you use a function, it has some kind of rule and some parameters that you have to include. So you have to use it as the way it is defined. But in formula, there's no such word, specific word, like you have already used, you are already using mathematical equation, mathematical calculations. Formula is also very similar to that, right? Formula is some kind of mathematical equation we are writing for you to calculate something. But the important thing is why we use Excel to do that. That let's say that here I will clear all, select this one and clear. Let's say that I have some numbers here, 15, 13, 14. Right? I want to add these numbers, right? So you know how to write mathematical equations. So when I so the Excel formula, as I told you, formula start with an equal sign. So when you type an equal sign in a cell, so it waits you to type a formula or a function. When it comes to the formula, you know that it's an expression. In the formula, you have operands and operator. Sir, you know what is an operator. So operator is a symbol, right? When looking at the operator symbol, you can understand what is the calculation, right? So this operator is a very simple operator, is a plus sign, right? So you can understand what is the calculation you should make. And so this is how you can write an expression. It's a formula. And when you are writing an equation, mathematical equation, I think you all have learned about this from very beginning. When you are starting mathematics, you have to understand mathematical expression. You have to understand the operator precedence, right? So when you are writing a mathematical equation, in the computer or in mathematics world also, that the operator precedence is some kind of universal things, right? So that you have to start from the parentheses, then range, negation, percentage, exponential, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, and text operators, then last comparison. So that mathematical operator precedence should apply in Excel as well, right? And the other important thing is for the multiplication, even though we use multiplication X in our normal writing, but in computer world, the multiplication icon, my multiplication operator is the star, right? Very clearly understand it. It's in computer, the multiplication operator is star, and the division operator is this slash, right? So so you have to understand these operators and what are the items that we use to write formula in Excel, right? So then how to write a formula? So I am going to get a example that since you can understand, you are required to convert the temperature values in Fahrenheit to Celsius, right? So that is your problem, right? The conversion formula is as follows, that you have to understand what is the conversion formula. So the conversion formula is that 32, 5, 9 are constant, right? We already know it. But the value that we get is Fahrenheit is a variable, right? So this value can be changed, and the answer, this is we should get the answer from Celsius, right? When we provide the value from Fahrenheit, that we have to get the answer from Celsius. So when you go to Excel, right, and so what is our formula? What is the formula is what we have to do, the values, the cell that the values in Fahrenheit should be, we have to deduct 32 from that value, and then we have to multiply it by 5, then we have to divide it by 9. So then we get the Celsius, right? So how we write it in an Excel environment, what you have to do, you can see. You can see that I told you right here, all these things that we write in, I will use this value. So since you see it's 85, it's in 54, 78, and 67. So those are the temperature in the Fahrenheit, right? So I want to get the temperature in Celsius, right? So when I'm writing the formula, I should write the formula to the cell that I want to get the answer. So that's the area, that's the cell that I should select. So what I should do is, I should start with equal sign. And what is my operation that we have used the operation? What is my operation? In the earlier slide that what is the operation? The value Fahrenheit should be deduct by, 32 should be deduct by from this value, right? So I have written for the equal sign. Then where is the place? What is the place that the value display in Fahrenheit? I'm not writing here 85. because 85 can be changed. Someone can change this value. So instead of 85, what I write here is the cell address. When you select this one, the cell address will automatically come to display in your formula. So that I should write A2, then minus 30, sorry, 32. So that is my formula. So I should give the parenthesis. Otherwise, you know what will happen if I don't use the parenthesis. 32 will be multiplied by 5. So that I have to use parenthesis. Then instead of multiplication sign, what I should do is star 1, star. Then I have to multiply by it by 5. Then the next thing what I should do. So then for the division one, I have to do the slash, then 9 and press enter. You can see that the according to this value, the 85 is converted to Celsius. And first I mentioned about you the absolute cell reference and the relative cell reference, right? So instead of writing the equation again and again, I can just copy this formula to this cell. Since if I use relative cell reference, what Excel will do, Excel will change my formula based on the place I am in, right? Based on the cell, my answer is displayed, right? When I come to B3 cell, if I copy this formula and paste it to B3 cell, what Excel does, okay, Excel thinks, okay, earlier in the earlier one, I have used my Fahrenheit value is in A2 cell. But now I want to answer in B3 cell. So then my Fahrenheit value should be in A3 cell, right? So I should change the formula to A3 instead of A2. So when I copy, you know that you can copy the formula and you can paste it here by clicking copy and paste it, or clicking Control C and the Control V, or you can see there's a small box at the end of this box. Then when you click and drag it, it will copy and paste the formula. Okay, right? And then you can see when you click there, I told you, even though the answer is displayed here, you can see what is the formula available here. Can you see that here I wrote A2, I didn't write A3, I didn't write A3 anywhere. But when I paste it here, it's automatically converted to A3. That is the relative cell reference, right? So based on the place that I am in, my active point is in, it will change the cell referencing to based on that. But the problem is like here, instead of putting 32 here, if I give 32 somewhere in some other cell and I added cell value here, right? I added cell value here, right? So 32, this is the value is 32. Since it's a constant here, it is not changing, but sometimes that without typing, and we can use the same formula in different purposes if you use that constant in separate places. Let's say that in a bank that that we have the rate that they give some rate to us in a loan, and if the rate is changing, if you separate it into some other cell, you don't want to change it in each and every cell. What you have to do, you only have to change it in one place, right? And so if we added something like this, what will happen when you copy this one, right? So when you copy this one, and what will happen? So here I mentioned D1, it has changed into D2, because since we are copying it to the down in the next row, right? It will think, okay, I should change it. I think it should change into the next cell. here we cannot do it. So it is D1 is not the relative cell referencing. D1 should be absolute cell referencing. So you have to add the absolute cell referencing. So we can just add that absolute cell referencing, locking rows and both column and row, right? If it is only the only that specific cell, you have to absolute it both row and column by putting dollar marks like that one, right? So when you press F4, F4, it will add, sorry, it will add the absolute cell reference to this cell. When you press F4, it will directly add to the absolute cell reference. So now D1 is absolute cell reference, right? So when you add absolute cell reference, when you copy your formula from anywhere to anywhere, but it will not change. It is absolute fixed. But remember, relative cell references will be changed, but the absolute cell references will not change. Right. So similar to that one, you can develop very complex formula to calculate very complex mathematical equations. Let's say that if you have some even log equations, some other equations, everything you can just use formula to calculate different mathematical expression using Excel, right? So that is Excel formula uh, that is how you can use formulas in Excel. The basic things that you have to understand, you should start with equal sign and think about whether you are using absolute cell references or relative cell references, and think about the operator precedence, that how we are using the precedence, and every time try to use the parentheses to separate. Let's say that if I don't use the parentheses here, what will happen? First, since the based on the operator precedence, the star, I mean, multiplication has the higher precedence. It will start with the multiplication, right? So remember that. So every time you have to think about the operator precedence when you are writing formula. Okay, right. Okay, now any questions up to that point? Especially those who have not had the experience in Excel, you understood clearly, or do you have any problem, any question? If you want anything to clarify, just put the question in the chat pane, or you can just raise your hand and ask. No question, everything is clear. Okay, raise your hand though all the things are clear, if all the things are clear to you. Yes, I will add the recordings later. I will add the recordings. Either I put it the YouTube and put it as a YouTube and as well as I will directly upload it to the course page. One time means I didn't get that question. I mean, I didn't get the question, but I should do it one time. Do I need to explain it again? Or yes, and okay, right. And what I want to say that when I'm writing formula, when I'm writing, you know that you can understand what does it mean by formula. It's a mathematical equation. I should start it with the equal sign, right? And when I go there, I will start it from the beginning. The what is the purpose that I'm doing is I want to convert the Fahrenheit, the temperature given by the Fahrenheit, I want to convert it to Celsius. And so then I had to write the formula. So that I know the equation is Fahrenheit value minus 32 and should be multiplied by 5 and divide by 9. Then I can get the Celsius. So I had to write the formula. So that formula should start with the equal sign. So then the value, Fahrenheit value is in the other cell. Instead of typing that 85, you just can type the 85 and you just can calculate it. But then you can't copy the formula in say one cell to the other cell. Because of that problem, I don't use the value, but I use the cell reference, cell address. So when I click on the cell, the address will automatically come to my formula. So that I have used the cell address. So then what I have to do? I have to deduct 32 from this value. And I should need to put the parentheses since because of the operator precedence. Otherwise, I will not get the correct value. Then this value should be multiplied by 5 and the whole value should be divided by 9, right? So then I should get the value. When I press enter, I should get the value in Celsius. So the 85, if the temperature 85 in Fahrenheit, that it should come, it is 29.444 in Celsius. The thing is, I was mentioning in Excel, you don't, here also if you want, you can just, what you can do, you can just click on A3 cell and open bracket, minus 32 and multiply by 5 divide by 9. You can type the whole formula, but in Excel you don't want to do this. What you can do, you can copy the formula from here and you can paste it. What Excel does, Excel will change according to the cell addresses according to the place that it is in. So Excel thinks when we are using relative references, Excel thinks that when I copy and paste the formula from B2 to B3 cell, okay, I should change. This person refer not A2 but A3. So then what the Excel does, I told you that you can just copy and paste it by clicking copy and paste, or just dragging by placing your mouse pointer and drag from here to here. So then it will copy the formula. So that you can see earlier it A2, now it becomes A3, right? So that is why that is because we have used relative cell references. Then Excel understand to change it based on the location that the active cell, the formula is in, right? But the thing is sometimes we don't want to change the cell references based on the place that we are in. In that situation, as an example, if say that 32, instead of putting 32, I am using this, means I have put the 32 value in some other place. I am using the cell address to refer 32, that it can be another constant, some constant, right? So in such situation, I don't want to change D1 value to D2 based on when I'm copying this formula to B3 cell. So in such situation, I want to convert this relative cell reference to an absolute cell reference. How you can convert cell reference to be absolute? You have to put $ in front of. Let's say sometimes you can absolute only the column, then only you have to put $ in front of D. Sometimes you may need to absolute only the row number, then you have to put $ in front of 1, right? But if we want to put the $ in front of both column name and row number, that means to be absolute only this cell. I don't want to change it to any other one. So then you have to put $ in front of both D and 1. So by pressing F4 button in your computer, you can do it directly. So when I put absolute cell reference to some cell, even though I copy and paste the cell into some other cells, Absolute cell references will not change, right? So that's the whole idea of relative cell referencing and absolute cell referencing. Is it clear now? And like that, you can write very long formulas using different operators, right? Multiple operators at the same time, very long formulas. But remember, you have to think about the operator precedence. And when you want to when you want to like say that if you want to finish it some part of your formula, you have to use the parenthesis, because the parenthesis is the has the highest precedence in the operator precedence. Okay, right. I hope now you can understand how to write the formula. So you can just try it and get in some equations. And you know that there are a lot of equations that you know. Let's say that you can you think to write the equation in the to find the roots in quadratic equation, right? X squared plus something ab squared plus c so ax squared plus bx plus c, and when you put different values, write the roots. How to find roots? You know the equation is equal plus or minus b squared, and that root b squared minus 4ac with divide by that the big equation. So try to write some formula using that equation, because that equation is a combination of operators, right? Even the equation is very complex, all the equations are combination by operators. So only thing this you have to think about what are the operators and expand the operators into one line, because we need to write it as a one line in Excel. We just can't write in a double line in Excel, even though we can write it in our book, but in Excel, you have to expand it to one line, one particular line. Then you can put it into Excel, right? So that think about writing very complex equations, convert it to Excel, then find some values. Okay, right. Any more questions? Okay, now I have to stop the session today, and so in the next session I will start. I will discuss it in the next session. We'll be having the session next Monday as well, and I will open the Excel course from 1st May, and so please visit the Excel course, and there are exercises for you to practice, especially formulas, and you can do up to that level the formulas. And even if you have done these things before, you can continue with the other assignment as well, because I'm not going to put a deadline, no restriction for the assignments available in Excel course. And the thing I need little bit time, since I want to download the videos from YouTube and try to upload it if it's available, them to download to save your data, and we'll try to do it. And if you have no question, I have another 3 minutes. You can get you can use the chat pane, or you can just ask a question from me. And remember, I hope you all have to, you have posted your registration number to the chat panes, because it's really need for me to keep the attendance. And if you have not done, you have 3 minutes more to do it. And try to use that 3 minutes if you want to ask any question regarding on the things that I have discussed today. Okay, right. No, actually, I have not put deadlines since you are doing it your own time. Only you have deadline in group project assignment and the peer review assignment. Except those two, there are no deadlines for the assignment, but I expect you to complete it within a reasonable time period. Most probably we will be able to complete our foundation program at the end of, May. I don't know whether what will happen due to the prevailing situation, and I request you please be safe and don't go out to unnecessary places, and always try to be in one place, because as soon as that the situation get normal, faculty wants to start for your batch as well. No, I am telling that Excel course still is not available for you, and yeah, and I will available that course 1st of May. Still it's not available for you, right? Because there are some few things that I have to change, and I have to check in the course. I didn't review the things that I added. I don't know still when the faculty starts. We had to postpone, there were some, actually we were supposed to have exam during this week, but we had to postpone it by 2 weeks. So now, very uncertain. The situation is very uncertain. Can't predict anything. But we definitely will inform you when it starts before nearly 1 week. Until then, do the work that you are assigned to. Okay, so then shall I wind up the session? Thank you for participating today, and tomorrow evening I will upload both recorded session A and B, so both of you can access it. Actually, not Oracle course available from 1st May. I am collecting registration until 1st May, then I will contact you. Safety measures. We are putting so many safety measures and keeping distance and for the exam, but unfortunately, students very hard, and as soon as they get a chance, they violate. But I don't know when the faculty start. We will not be able to start for the whole the batch, because we can't accommodate, especially in the lecture halls. The seating arrangements are limited, and even though that in the normal we don't have play only one. We have only one place to put a whole batch at the same time. We are having lectures twice for the batch. So, right, there are a lot of safety measures and a lot of restrictions, lot of rules have defined, but only for the exam. But I don't know how the faculty is going to work when it starts for the normal functioning. But they will define some of the rules and regulations. Okay, right. So then I'm going to wind up the session, since it seems that none of you are having questions or any clarifications, and later also you can just write to me or any of the instructors if you have any problem, right? So then I will stop sharing.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, right. And
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.